A lot of you have been asking about my skincare routine. No, I can't even pretend to say that with a straight face. I know what you're thinking. Wow, Callie's making videos now. Is there anything she won't do to annoy the living out of everyone? No, the answer is no. As you probably already know, I've been writing episode recaps of The Bachelor and Bachelorette since like the middle of Colton season, and I love making these recaps. I love writing them. I love writing essays in general. But do people like reading essays? That's right. So a lot of you have been requesting that I make video versions of this. And who am I to deny the resounding request of my fans? And I figured, what's the worst that can happen? No. Why? I will still be writing essay versions of the recaps, and they will be somewhat similar to their corresponding videos, but it's like some jokes are better when they're written, some jokes are better when they're spoken. It's like I'm adapting a book into a movie, you know? Like, does that make me David Fincher? Does that make me an award-winning director? Yes. So without further ado, let's get into it. It's literally 4 p.m. right now on a Tuesday. Full broad daylight outside. What has my life come to? The Abercrombie & Fitch sales associates congregate for their top of the shift meeting, and they take that time to talk about Psycho Cam, which is like, don't speak ill of the dead, you know? It's finally time for the season's first vacation, and we're going to Rhode Island! Please, oh my God, please stay seated. Oh my God. Wow, thank you. Oh my God, yes. They make the trip to New England, and pilot Peter says that their suite has super romantic vibes. We've established that this guy is absolutely a porn star, right? Like, everything he says. It's finally time for Jed Y'all's first one-on-one, and I'm telling you right now, no one is more excited than me, okay? The date card says, meet me in Boston. Like, remember when date cards used to have, like, puns and, like, I don't know, sentences that required thought? We're finally in Boston, and Hannah Basic insults the entire city by trying to sum up the Boston Tea Party, and it is a putrid pile of Alabama educated garbage. I can't even begin to understand how someone cannot pronounce the word representation. Come on, girl, I'm rooting for you now. But then she redeems herself and says, today is all about fun. Fun in America. Fun in America. Is that an Instagram swimsuit brand name? Is it a 60s surf comedy movie? Like, I love that name. I also really want to say Hannah Basic's game of making up facts about America, that's improv. She's literally doing a UCB warm-up in this episode, and obviously me, an improv god, lives for this scene, but I cannot stand that Jed Y'all is not yes-anding her. It's like a federal offense in my eyes. Like, when your scene partner says something as psycho as Paul Revere invented the bicycle, all you have to do is say, yes, and he invented it for Betsy Ross, who he notoriously had a crush on since grade school. He just sat there nodding with his ears all the way down. How are you ever gonna make a Herald team with that attitude? The improv failure of a couple then heads to the original Cheers bar, where everybody hates this show. Our bachelorette notes that today has been a crash course in Boston, which everyone knows is a lie. The real crash course in Boston is saying wicked pissa 10 times fast. Wicked pissa, wicked pissa, wicked pissa, wicked pissa. I don't even want to talk about the halo top monstrosity. Absolute worst, most obvious product placement I've ever seen in my life. Like, I would never do that, you know? I would never just hold up a product brand and expect that you guys don't think it's an ad, you know? Can you see that? Ethically terrible. Hannah Basic and Jed Y'all then go to the Boston Celtics stadium, field, park? I don't know sports, I'm sorry. They play 2-on-2 with two of the Celtics. Wow, that was way too many twos. I'm broken. She then asks one of the basketball players for love advice, which is probably the first time anyone has ever asked a professional basketball player for love advice. Back to our one-on-one with Jed Y'all. He does something that actually surprises me. He tells Hannah Basic that his first thought when signing up to be on The Bachelorette is that this was a huge platform for his music. Like, this show has been on for like 57 seasons. It's about time that someone owns up to this. And I actually really respect Jed Y'all for saying that. And I also really respect Hannah Basic for not trying to make it more of a dramatic thing than it was. Like, a situation was finally handled maturely. Cheers. But he keeps going on and on about this, and I honestly can't stop looking at his enlarged head. Like, what caused it to look like that? Like, did he learn algebra too early? I just want to like hold your head and kiss it and like make you not look like Pinky in the Brain so much. You know what I mean? They have a lovey-dovey moment, and he tells Hannah Basic, I feel something growing inside of me that I've never felt before. And I really, really wanted his next sentence to be, it's a tumor. The doc says I have 6 months to live. Are we gonna bone or not? He doesn't say this, but he still gets a rose, and all the extra cells in his brain rejoice. We're back at Rhode Island for our first group date, and oh my god, I am so excited for this one. We are walking in on a professional rugby practice, and where have rugby players been my entire life? Sorry, where were we? Oh yeah, rugby. So the rugby coach tells them that rugby is different from football because there's no pads, no helmets. And I cannot be the only one thinking that he's about to reference Simple Plan's debut album title. Siri, play I'm Just a Kid and Life is a Nightmare.
Sorry, I couldn't find I'm Just a Kid and Life is a Nightmare in your music.
Bitch. The hottest 8th grader at church isn't sweating this at all though, because he likes to say, everyone's worried, but I played high school football. I feel like he uses this all the time as an excuse. Like if someone says like, I'm sorry sir, you are not qualified for this data analyst position, but I played high school football. It's finally time to play rugby, and this is literally an ad campaign from Abercrombie and Fitch. I can't even process the similarities. I silently wish Psycho Cam was still here so I could watch him get absolutely annihilated, absolutely murked, torn to shreds. Then all hell breaks loose. Oh my god, a pun award? Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me try to get this straight. Big Luke body slams little Luke on the rugby stadium field and sports. I don't know. Also, why is this guy's face so tiny? It's such a little face. Look at his face. I can't get over his little tiny petite little Tinkerbell features. So Big Luke, the hottest 8th grader at church, tries to approach little Luke, discount Nick Viall, to apologize, and little Luke hits him with the hand. It was like a Cher Horowitz can't even dream of that. We cut to the night portion of the date, and Hannah Basic is dressed on level 1000. She is wearing a metallic suit. She is giving me metallic Michelle Obama, and it looks really, really good. I love it. The boys try to match her fashion prowess, and it's like, I respect their bold color choices here. You know, whether or not Garrett can pull off a hot pink blazer, who's to say, you know? Who's to say? The night devolves into nuclear warfare, and all of the boys have clearly sided with discount Nick Viall. Hannah Basic pulls each of the Lukes aside to finally get to the bottom of Luke Fest 2019. She tells discount Nick Viall that the hottest 8th grader at church told her that he's not here for the right reasons. He's only here to promote his tequila brand. And what does discount Nick Viall say? It's not even a brand yet. Duh, everyone knows that the patent is still pending for Luque Cuervo. Come on. The rest of the Abercrombie and Fitch boys are just absolutely roasting the hottest 8th grader in church, and I love it. Everyone gets so fed up here that one by one they just leave the room. They just leave until finally there are only 2 players left, and it's the Lukes. Meanwhile, Garrett takes advantage of Luke Gate to steal Hannah Basic away and tells her, I'm crushing on ya. Hard. Man, this guy has been so slept on by this show. That line just, I love it. We're back on the battlefield, and discount Nick Viall just absolutely rips the hottest 8th grader at church a new one. And the hottest 8th grader at church says the most terrifying thing I think I've ever heard. He looks at him deep in the eye and he goes,
I want to get to know you on a deeper level.
what? That comment is so disturbing to me. And I watch Hereditary for fun. It's finally time for Patrick Swayze's one-on-one, and I honestly feel weird that I call him Patrick Swayze because he danced for like 1 minute in the season premiere and then literally hasn't danced since. What is this? You know, the first act of Footloose? Is he saving his giant choreographed number for the season finale? I gotta know. Hannah Basic goes straight into complaining about last night's group date, and I honestly don't know a single word that she's saying because Patrick Swayze's face is literally carved out of marble. Rare, diamond-infused marble. I think the best line in this whole episode is when Hannah Basic asks him if he cooks. I can whip it up a little bit. Are you in Migos? Is Migos Quavo Takeoff Offset Patrick Swayze? Okay, but on a real note, where is Patrick Swayze's accent from? Because I keep forgetting that this guy is from South Florida. He talks like this crawfish trawler from the bayou. Oh, Hannah, stop getting lost in my eyes. And then he tells her, I'll take you any way I can get you. I suddenly don't care whether this boy is from New Orleans or Timbuktu. They end their date with another concert, and it's country again. Like, please just someone literally kill me with a fucking knife. My final thought on this date, I obviously love looking at Patrick Swayze. That's not a surprise to anyone, but I feel like he's saying the right things and like doing the right things, and I don't know if he actually has like a genuine actual personality. But do people that hot even need real personalities? No. It's time for the cocktail party, and Hannah Basic is rocking her 7th pair of Claire's statement earrings this episode alone. Pilot Peter officially asks her to be his girlfriend, and I really love that. Pilot Peter / Pilot Porny Peter / Pilot Peter picked a pepper. Holy God. Mike Johnson then tells Hannah Basic that he has 3 queens in his life and he wants her to be his 4th queen. Spin-off alert, we 3 queens. Sundays, 8, 7 Central, only on Freeform. He then calls the hottest 8th grader at church a millennial, and that is suddenly my favorite thing to call someone. Beautiful. He also calls him a psychopath, which leads the hottest 8th grader at church to literally Google the definition of psychopath and show the camera like, that's literally the opposite of me. This is literally the opposite of me. I looked up, not funny? Yeah, that's literally the opposite of me. That is exactly what a psychopath would say. Come on, dude. So then the hottest psychopath at church and Discount Nick Vile go at it again, and I'm like, guys, come on, didn't you already out-Luke yourselves? So Hannah Basic finally pulls both members of the Luke Society to finally settle Luke-gate once and for all.
Luke. Again. Say Luke. Again. I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say Luke. One more goddamn time.
This apparently takes precedence over a rose ceremony, and I hate when that happens. Dylan perfectly expresses my sentiment when he says, I've literally never disliked anyone more in my entire life. That's the disdain I feel when episodes don't end with a rose ceremony. Like, really, just nothing? This week's blooper goes to Hannah Basic and Jed Y'all, proving that they're from the South and not from an actual city when they talk to one of the street musicians. That's disgusting. Is this artsy? Does this look cool? Oh, am I Banksy?